What's going on, everybody? Mortem here, this time bringing you a video on how to unlock the Swarm-That-Walks Mythic Path. So, a couple things to get out of the way real quick. While I know the initial mechanics for the Swarm, I do not have access to the full list of mechanics, so to speak, with the review build that I was given and allowed to make content out of, so I think they wanted it to kind of be a surprise, of course. But I do know the initial mechanics that are given to you, as well as, again, how to unlock the actual Mythic Path. I do want to give a word of warning right at the beginning of this video on two things. One, gonna be some spoilers for some of the plot. Nothing big, gonna try to keep it to an absolute minimum. However, Swarm-That-Walks is easily the most difficult path to unlock, and it requires you to make certain choices that won't even seem to have anything to do with the path itself, and thus I have to explain. The second warning is that choosing Swarm-That-Walks will make your entire party leave you. Every single companion will leave you if you become the Swarm-That-Walks. Every single one of them. This is offset by the Swarm-That-Walks Mythic Path mechanics, of course, and I can actually see that in the initial offering of those mechanics, so I know it's addressed, of course, but just keep in mind, all of your companions will leave. So with that out of the way, let's jump right into this. Now, the first choice you need to make to get this Mythic Path to work is not something you would initially realize is even related. And that is, in Act 2, when your army begins its march, you have the option of persuading Queen Galfrey to come with you. In order to unlock the Swarm, she cannot come with you because she prevents you from doing something I'm about to explain, and not doing it will lock you out of the path. Thus, bringing Queen Galfrey with you in Act 2 is a no-go for this Mythic Path. Now, what is that? In Act 2, in a place called Leper's Smile, you will be accosted by demon bugs called Vescivores at a place called Leper's Smile. You'll resolve this situation by killing their queen, and these Vescivores work off of a pheromone system, so to speak, and that's how they're attracted to things, and this is a revelation you'll have while you're talking after defeating the queen. In order to continue on this path, you need to have your military, fill a bucket, basically, of these pheromones and take it with you for the march on Dresden. When you get to Dresden, you need to use the Vescivore pheromones to have Vescivores swarm the city as part of your siege. This is an incredibly evil thing to do. You'll get a lot of soldiers killed. Queen Galfrey will outright prevent you from doing this if she is with you. She will not let you do it. It is not an option if she is with you. Thus, she cannot come with you, because this is mandatory. After the siege, you'll be given a small side quest to track down what happened to the Vescivores. In a house on the south side of Dresden, you'll be able to find what's left of their swarm. You'll find a few Vescivore swarms that you'll need to kill, as well as a fledgling Vescivore queen. Do not kill this queen. If you kill it, thus ridding Dresden of the Vescivores, you've locked yourself out of the path already. So let the queen live after you clear out the house. The side quest itself will complete upon you finding the queen. You do not have to kill it for any reason, and you should absolutely not if you want to unlock this Mythic Path. Now, that's only the first half, because there's an entirely separate thing we need to do, and that is meet an actual Swarm-That-Walks. This takes the form of a boss that is mandatory. He is part of the main story. He is unmissable. His name is Zanthir the Plagued One, or Zanthir Vang. Zanthir is a Swarm-That-Walks. You'll have an option after fighting him to talk to him, and you can ask him about how he became what he is. He'll basically tell you that if you want to be what he is, you're going to have to put in the work like he did. Now, lucky for you, he says he has notes around here somewhere that you might be able to read, but beyond that, he's not going to help you. And you're forced to kill him no matter what happens here. At this point, that conversation by itself is not enough. You then have to loot his journal or his apprentice's journal, which are in the room with him. You need to read those journals. After doing so, you'll see a little pop-up above your head that says, you've learned something from this book. This actually gives you a crusade management task called Zanthir's Experiments, where basically you will recreate his experiments. Again, very harsh thing, evil thing to do. People will not like you for this. After doing this, actually, after completing that task, Anivia, which is one of your advisors, will come up and basically warn you that doing this will cause everyone to leave you, which is true. But it's just a little foreshadowing. Now, that is what you have to do so far. That is all you can do before Act 4, which is where the game progresses. After this, there's nothing else you can do. To recap, brought the Vescivores to Dresden, used them, did not kill their queen, learned about Zanthir's research, as well as completed the research task. You have to do all of those before Act 4. Now, once you progress the game, you're going to find yourself back in Dresden at the beginning of Act 5. Immediately upon entering Dresden, you'll be given this dialogue, if you let the queen live. And basically, you'll be given an errand to hunt down the now fully grown-up queen that is still in Dresden. It's in the same house, you just have to go fight it. Now, if you fight it and you did not do Zanthir's research, you won't know what to do with the queen. However, if you did Zanthir's research, the correct answer, as the dialogue will tell you, is to eat the queen, which is super gross. And as long as you've eaten the queen, you're good to go. At this point, you can proceed with the rest of the story, and then at Mythic rank 8, you will be given the option to become the Swarm That Walks. Easily the most complicated unlock of every single Mythic path. That said, again, a small warning. If you become the Swarm That Walks, everyone turns on you. Except, for instance, the hordes of people who may or may not worship a certain Locust Lord. There you go, guys. There's all the information on how to unlock the Swarm That Walks. The initial mechanics make use of you managing the size of your swarm, as well as creating clones of yourself, which will have all of the abilities you do. Again, I don't have the full list of mechanics to go over with you guys, but I feel like everyone probably gets the gist from this about just how this will actually work. There you go, guys. A much asked about Mythic Path. I had to put in a ton of work to figure this out, by the way, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all of that YouTube jazz. But truly, regardless of any of that, though, thank you so much for watching. May you wander in wisdom and have an amazing day.